Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday. What exactly is this movie about? Well, this is actually a movie where at the very beginning of the film, Jason gets blown up. He needs to bounce from body to body until he gets a chance to be reborn. Hey everybody, John Franklin Reviewer here. Hope everybody's having a good one. I just want to give a heads up that there are a little bit of spoilers I'll be kind of putting in here and there. So what exactly is it that I liked about the movie? Well, let's start, which I feel like I started off almost every video this way, let's talk about the violence. Holy shit, they actually didn't do a lot of cutaway kills on this one, and how violent this fucking movie was. I mean, compared to like maybe the last 3 or 4 Friday the 13th here, I'm like, you know what? This is what a Jason is supposed to be. This is what a horror movie should definitely be. And the violence and the death, holy shit. There were so many great deaths in here, but I'm only going to name some of the ones I really did like, the ones that really stuck out more. But a lot of memorable ones, even if I do not mention them, and I apologize if there's a favorite one you like and I haven't picked that one. So the first one I want to talk about is Jason Voorhees himself. I mentioned at the very beginning that he was chasing his latest victim. And the thing was, it was an ambush. The FBI was there. They were shooting at him. All these different fucking bullets in his body here. He wasn't going down. They had to blow him up. Holy shit, the way they blew him up there. This was the very first one I ever saw. I was about 12 years old. And I really liked the movie. So hopefully, after all these years, do I still continue liking the movie? Well, we'll wait till we get to everything else, and then you'll see my rating over that one there. So, and honestly, when I first saw this movie, I actually thought that was the way maybe the movie was ending or anything, because I think that would have been an interesting way to end the movie. So another death I really want to talk about that I thought was wicked awesome. There's a couple having sex in a tent, and Jason comes out of nowhere, sticks a metal pole through this woman and slices her up in half there, and I thought that was interesting there. Now there is an unrated version of this, that's especially for that death, I really thought was awesome on that. There, like maybe few extra seconds on that, but I thought that was good there. Another one I thought was really interesting, and they only showed this one time, which I think one time was enough anyways. When Jason was jumping from one body to another, at first it would just be the person would just fall over and that's all it really would go, and the other person would get up. Well, this one, there was one where Jason was a cop at one point, and he becomes a news anchorman too. And what happens is with the cop falls over, but of course the news guy is still just laying there like he's laying there dead. Well, they actually show the guy, his face, his hands, pretty much his whole body starts like fucking melting away. And I actually thought that was actually pretty cool on that too. The makeup effects on that was pure good on that one. I got to give people credit on that one. Whoever was the team on that particular scene, good job. I got to be honest with them. Then we have another one where these next two, one happens right outside of a restaurant, and then there's one that actually happens inside the restaurant. The outside one we'll start off with first. And then you have this young man, he was a cook. His mother actually was sending him down to like the police station and all that, and he actually takes a gun with him, and he's outside, he's flipping the gun around, feels like he's trying to be like Dirty Harry or anything. Then you get the new Jason here, this anchor man here, and the thing is that he's walking towards the young man here. He does actually make a fist at the anchor man there. The guy catches the fist, I guess kind of puts his hand down a little bit, and some bones start sticking out of the guy's arm. I like that one. Then the other one in the restaurant, there was this waitress. When you first see her, you just think, oh, she's just this really nice, sweet girl, or hopefully she doesn't die in the movie. But then in pretty much going into Act 3, I'm like, or the end of Act 2, I'm like, holy shit, she's actually kind of a badass. She knows how to use a shotgun. She had like another metal pole, like the other girl ends up getting killed having sex. Puts it through the reporter there. So the thing is that she does that, and the thing is that Jason just actually grabs her, I think by the arms or the shoulders, and actually pulls her in, and she actually says, "See you in hell," and all that. Now in the unrated version, a few seconds of that, he's smashing her head and blood's popping up and all that. In this one, she just spits a little blood out at his face and all that, and she falls over with the pole in her still. Now what happens is he actually falls right over. Now, Ken Halter as Jason, honestly, when we get a chance to see Jason, which isn't much, we get a chance to see him in a couple scenes here, I thought he still did a good job, bang up job. Your final girl, Jessica, she was okay, too. I guess her ex-boyfriend, Steven, I liked him. He actually had some really funny lines. Oh, the ending to this movie here with showing Jason's mask. And the thing is that Freddy's glove comes up and actually just, from the ground and just pulls the mask down, and that's pretty much how it ends. And now on to the negatives. So there were two characters I really wasn't too fond with. One of them I actually mentioned a couple times throughout the likes here when he would be Jason, is the news anchorman Robert. He was actually the dick, but at the same time he was just very dull. Another one, actually I was wrong, there was actually another character I wanted to mention here too, Crane and Duke. Now this is kind of a positive negative, but I am putting this more in negatives here honestly. The thing was, he was one of these characters, I think a lot of people do like him. He's the bounty hunter that he knows how to kill Jason and what he needs to do, but he doesn't tell anybody, really not until the end of the movie, because he's supposed to be this mysterious guy here. Well, at the beginning, I didn't like this guy, and even throughout pretty much about half the movie when they would show him, I didn't really care for his performance, it seemed like. But then the second half, when he actually goes, when he's already in prison, until the very end, until he ends up dying, I kind of liked him. But that was definitely a question about that guy, was how the hell was he in jail? They never should. There's not a scene where he gets arrested or anything like that there. I don't know if there was ever a deleted scene on that, but it was just like all of a sudden he's in jail. Steven ends up having to go into jail. Steven killed Robert supposedly. So another character, the restaurant owner, Joey B, she was the bitch of the movie, but I really didn't like her performance. I would probably say the biggest dislike is at the beginning of the movie. Okay, so Jason getting blown up, I think is a great death scene. But after he gets blown up, and they take him to the hospital and all that, or the coroner and all that, and he's talking, he's recording all the stuff he has to do and all that, and all of a sudden the heart starts beating. And I mean, at first the guy was like, what am I supposed to do? What should I do? Kind of thing. So he ends up, going to the heart, and he ends up eating it, and that's how, Jason's soul ends up going in all these people and all of that. And then like another thing that with the whole thing with Jason is when he goes into someone else's body, when they show a reflection or him in the mirror, and they show this human looking at the mirror, and I'm like, we know it's Jason. It was almost like a dumb thing to kind of do. It's almost like, I know it's been kind of odd, but it's just not really odd, but just show that person kind of thing, thinking maybe everything seems normal. But it's just like they would give these like little clips here and there of Jason, and it was just like all you did was see him at the very beginning of Act 1 and Act 3. And of course all the deaths are more likely happening in Act 2 there, because really he chases this victim, she gets away, he gets blown up. Where he starts killing people is really whenever he's somebody else. My rating is going to go 2.5 out of 4 stars. So yes, I still do enjoy this movie. Maybe not as much as 12-year-old me, because I remember I probably liked it a little bit better. But the thing was that I still enjoy this for what it is. It's a weird movie, and there's not that much negatives on this movie. I think that's kind of why I'm looking at it and saying, you know what, I'm happy where I have it at there. So Jason Goes to Hell. Have you seen this movie? If you have, give me a comment down below. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you agree with what I said? Do you disagree with what I said? And all that. I'll be kind of curious. And give me a comment all below there, and we can always discuss it together for sure here. If you also like this here, please hit that thumbs up, give me a like on this video here. Please subscribe. So thank you guys so much for watching my Friday the 13th series here. So thank you guys again, and as always, stay awesome.